What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Retro Pioneers podcast. This is episode 16. I can't believe we made it this far already. Episode 16 of Retro Pioneers podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Byron Jackson. I'm here today with a very special guest host hosting with us for the first time, Miss NaeT. How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. It's awesome to have you here hosting with us. Can't wait to get your insight today. We have
Absolutely.
a special guest with us, a writer, a aspiring journalist, and shooter gamer extraordinaire. We've got Miss Melly coming to us all the way from Montreal, Canada. Give it up for Miss Melly, everybody.
Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Yeah, thanks for coming in today. We're glad to have you coming in. I think you're our first Canadian guest.
Cool.
That's awesome. We're excited to be reaching out to the blurred community in Canada.
Most definitely. I actually came across you guys' content by accident. Saw that you were doing podcasts, interviewing people. So I just give myself a chance. I'm all about taking chances and taking opportunities for myself, not really waiting for someone to give it to me. So I just sent a professional DM. Hi, I'm a content creator and writer. I would like to be featured on your channel if possible. And the response was pretty genuine. And from there, I just got the opportunity to be there and I'm super stoked.
That's awesome. Our Justin, our producer supreme, is really good about doing that. And that's kind of what the whole, this whole podcast is about, is reaching out to the blurred community, getting into creators that are growing like ourselves and just trying to expose everyone to their work, their art, their writing, their streaming, their point of view, and just make those connections. And so we're glad you reached out, and Justin did his thing and got you on the show.
Yes, thank you.
Definitely. So tell us really quickly, what has your experience just overall been like with the blurred community in Canada? So for us here in the States, have you found the blurred community is growing in Canada?
Are you talking like especially in gaming?
In gaming and just in gaming in general.
Okay. Well, first of all, I pretty much have a background in the music industry. I'm a music industry professional. And from there, always been a gamer. I came from a gaming family. And my little cousin wanted to start streaming back in 2020, but I had no ideas of how to stream, what to buy, and stuff like that. But I've always played casual games like Kirby and stuff like that. And in November 2024, I just decided to jump in, started my Twitch account, bought a gaming PC, the gaming laptop with an Xbox as well. I already had a Nintendo Switch. At first, I wanted to stream Kirby Allies. But eventually I got into Valorant. Then now I'm streaming most of the time Call of Duty and Fortnite. But the writing really came by the fact that I already have media for the music where I showcase artists. And I'm just someone who like to share whatever I do. So I just wanted to share a bit more about my gaming journey and started to write about the games that I like, about the games that other people like as well, some of my friends. And I pretty much just took a chance of diving into the gaming community. I've also participated to a game jam in last December. So I was able to create a video game in 2 days with different programmers, coders, and stuff like that from Concordia University here in Montreal. And there was some mentors who works for big companies such as Ubisoft, Warner Bros. Gaming, and also other companies that are well established here in Montreal. But as I was saying earlier, I'm all about taking chance and making opportunities for myself. So that's literally what I did into gaming to make a name of myself in order to start my streaming career. I guess I've started writing career into the gaming industry before my streaming career, but both of them is good.
It's wonderful.
That's
NaeT,
awesome.
did you want to chime in? Any questions from Miss Melly here?
Absolutely. So what was the initial spark that drove you towards gaming journalism and reviews?
The initial spark, I'd say, I've met a friend who I've known for a lot of years, and this person is really into gaming, but not really into the industry of gaming. So about reading stuff and stuff like that. So as he was helping me to get my streaming set up and all of that, he told me that I was a great writer and that I should also write about gaming and writing. So I started to analyze his gameplay, read different comments on. I started with the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 with the new Omni movement that came into the game with the first update. And I've analyzed pretty much what people were saying online. Sorry, my puppy is right there.
Yep.
But yeah, I was analyzing what people were saying online, what they liked and what they disliked as well. And with that, that's how I mainly make all of my articles with what real people say, not what like the big company want people to know, but really what people say online. And my biggest source is like Twitter and Thread.
Gotcha.
I feel like on Thread, there's a big support within the gaming community and the streamers as well.
Okay, so you're like more a voice for the people then.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, I would have put it like that.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, going right to the source. I mean, that's the best way to do it, especially nowadays, for smaller outlets like yourself, is going right to the source, going right to those Twitter or X threads, and actually to threads is where you're going to find, people really being the most genuine, I suppose.
Yeah, I feel like on Thread, people are more genuine than on, well, X Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't really know why, but I feel like it's a really like it's the same
We know why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know why, but it's literally the same app, just a different name and really a different vibe. I feel like on Thread people are really genuine and supportive. Of course, there's always some trolls, people who have a different type of humor, that's how I say it. People are
You're being
really
modest.
supportive. Yeah, I'm trying to. But people are really supportive and I mean, I've gained my first 50 followers on Twitch, but with the people on Thread. People on Thread really, really helped me. When I first wanted to go to my first game jam, I didn't really know what backup storage to buy. And I just posted a simple question, and there were like 6 game dev who sent me a list with all the specs and everything that I should like know when I go to Best Buy. Because most of the time when you go to Best Buy, not all of the tech guys in Best Buy
Yeah.
know a lot about like the products. So I went there and I had good information about what I was looking for in order to not spend a lot of money on something that is maybe not the best choice. Yeah, Thread for me is really a great app by Meta. I usually don't really showcase apps like that, but the people, it's not really the app, it's the people on the app. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of us have found that, X has become so toxic in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And Threads has been a really good outlet for people, especially in the gaming and learning community, to really connect super quickly. Have you found that I wonder, I swear, I'm so fascinated with
You
the
can go ahead.
Canada
Yeah,
aspect.
I'm,
I apologize. Do
I
you
can go
find
to
that when
question the
you're
question
getting
too fast.
followers and you're seeing content, do you see more Canadian versus American, or is it kind of a nice split that you're getting followers and you're seeing content, or how's it work for you?
I'd say that since I've been on Instagram and Thread, I've always more attracted American than Canadian. So pretty much of the connections that I've made on Instagram or Thread are with American, not much with Canadian. Sometimes I try to put out a post on Thread such as like, hey, is there any Canadian gamers, people from Montreal? But they never really stand out as much as the random ones that I make where people from different countries just come and join the conversation.
Gotcha.
That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely have the same experience on Threads for sure. It's been a very wonderful time. I haven't really been a big Twitter user. I used it probably when I was in high school a little bit and then didn't really touch it. And my sister told me about Threads and was like, you should really give it a try. And I'm glad I did. Like, I haven't looked back. I really
most
haven't.
definitely.
Absolutely. So we really enjoy your writing style. What are some of your inspirations as a writer? Like, who were some of your inspirations?
I wouldn't say that I have inspirations as journalists or writers. Because I've never really dived into different journalists or stuff like that. I just always been a writer since a kid. Ever since I knew how to write, I started to write like in my agenda and my notebooks. I have like old notebooks of stories and a comic book that me and my little cousins were trying to put out as kids. Old drawings from like 2005. But I'd say that I don't really have inspiration like as someone who write that I like their writing style. I just write and post it and try to share what I like with people and whoever resonate with it do. But I should probably start to get more into like looking into people who write and stuff like that.
Or are there any fiction writers or people like novelists that you grew up that kind of shaped the way you write today? Maybe not journalists, but just fiction or
Okay,
nonfiction.
I'd say maybe I don't know their name, but there's a lot of books and comics that I really enjoy, such as Batman.
Okay.
I've read pretty much all the Batman, will watch all the comics as well. Besides that, I'd say there's this series of books that is Canadian books. The name is Namaste. It's a young college girl. Basically, they just talk about her life, ups and downs, heartbreaks, and stuff like that. This book was pretty enjoyable for me to read, and also the context, the type of writing, since it was pretty with popular words from words that teenagers use and stuff like that. So I say that these two would be the best that I have for you guys today. But I'll
Yeah.
definitely start to read more novels and try to remember people's name and come up with something better for you guys eventually.
No worries. Didn't mean to put you on the spot. No worries there.
Most definitely not. It's just me as an individual. The next time someone asks me this question, I want to answer better.
I feel that. I'm definitely the same way. I write as well, but I haven't I'm very inconsistent with it. But I'm a fiction writer,
Okay, nice.
and I can't say like the first favorite author that I have on my list. I'm just like I just like to
Because
write.
there's like
So
so much of them
that's
running
all
through
it
my
is,
mind that I'm
honestly.
like, should I say this one or this one?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I guess the connective thread is that you both also enjoy reading too. So that when you've, when you've read, whether it's comics or just other, it helps you and you just become a better writer that way. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
most definitely.
Whether or not you
Absolutely.
gravitate to particular writers, but if you're just reading enough, that's going to build your skill set super, super well. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Now you mentioned you're a musician. Tell us a little bit about your musical background, what instruments you might
Yeah,
have
sure.
played, or
Well, I'll try to make it short because it's pretty long and there's a lot of things.
give us the
Basically,
highlights.
basically, well, my family is really like gaming and music. We all love gaming. We all draw as well. We enjoy music a lot, a lot. So, when I was 16, my uncle invited me to one of his studio sessions. So I went there with him and he asked me to spit the hook. I was pretty shy, but I did it anyway. And then after that, I started to write my own songs, went to the studio. When I was 18, I did 3 shows in Montreal as a underground rapper. But then studio sessions started to get pricey and I didn't want to spend that much amount of money in my career without making money in the music industry or with music simply. So I started to search for artists to work with as managers since I've already knew a lot of artists. And from there, I met a guy who told me I should be an A&R. So I didn't even knew what it was. I just looked it up, studied what it was, and figure out that I was actually good at it, and I was doing that for a long time. Just I think I'm reconnecting.
Say it one more time for me. What was the word that the position that he said?
A&R. It's artist and répertoire.
Oh, okay.
Basically is the people in the label who search for and scout artists. So the people who goes to venues to see artists and the people who analyze the different playlists on the streaming platform and see who has potential to be an artist in their label. So I've applied to a couple A&R internship. I was able to work with Sony Music Canada as an A&R intern here in Montreal, but with the Toronto team, since there's no A&R team in Montreal, but there's one in Toronto. So I was working remotely with them. The internship was 4 months. It was really amazing. And after that, I started to write music reviews and critics for the Toronto-based media named Crossing. Amazing experience as well. I had a great time talking with different artists in order to write the articles and stuff like that. And after that, I was able to work as a licensing and royalty administrator for the Canadian musical right production right agency in
Oh,
Toronto. That was the best job in the music industry that I ever had. They flew me out to Toronto 2 times in order to really meet the people there, the company, make connections. So that was really awesome for my career. And from there, I started my own media to start write about artists, being able to go to different shows as a media and as a journalist. So that's pretty much what I do. And from there, as I wanted to start gaming, I was like, well, most of my friends were telling me, why are you starting to game 24? And I was like, I'm not starting to game at 24. It's just that now people see that I game. But when I'm in my room on a
Yeah.
Sunday night and I don't post on the internet, nobody knows what I'm doing. So some people were telling me that you shouldn't do it if you don't make money out of it. But everything that I do is from the bottom of my heart. So
Yeah.
I was like, if I ever end up making money out of it, God bless for that. If not, it's okay because I'm doing it for me, for the people who enjoy it as well. So I just started to apply to different stuff and just create content as I usually do. So started to write also in the gaming stuff that I was doing, just like the music. So eventually I was able to just dive into the industry and apply to different playtests. Like in March, I was invited to a playtest with a big company here in Montreal. So that's pretty exciting. But I guess that when this person told me that I shouldn't do it if I'm not making money out of it, it just pushes me to dive into the community in a more human way
Yeah.
and really try to support the different businesses and companies the same way that the people who support me on Instagram, Thread, Twitch, whatever, do because they're doing it from a kind place. So I'm trying to showcase what I like from a kind place as well.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. I wish people would stop telling each other that because it's the worst thing to tell someone is only do it if it's going to make you money. And it's
Exactly.
like, guys, we're past that era of thinking like that. That's like the 90s when you think like that. Just do stuff, have fun, create. The money will come as you get better and you get more into it, and it'll just like it's a process. You know what I mean? So otherwise, people wouldn't have hobbies if you didn't have to pay
Exactly.
for money. People wouldn't read books. People wouldn't do so much stuff. So was it a guy who told you that?
No, it was some girls.
Oh man, I'm like, that's usually a man. So I was like, don't
But
do it
I
if it
guess
doesn't
it's
make money.
because as the years go by, people don't have much hobbies as they used to, or they stop doing the stuff that they were doing as a kid because they think that they're too grown for it. I guess that's life. But me, I try to keep my childhood heart and mind as well sometimes. But I mean, I'm still a grown up, I still pay my bills. I still take my responsibilities. I won't like stay on the game instead of going to work. But I'm still prefer to hop on my game instead of going to the club and spend a huge amount of money, that's for sure. But that's just me. Other people like those type of environment. But me, I prefer my little comfy zone.
Me too. Me too. I'm with you on that one.
Oh, yeah.
So as a gamer and a journalist, are there any mainstream media outlets that you'd like to partner with or work for?
I'd say that I'd like to partner or work with The Gamer. It's media that is owned by Odyssey company and also Valnet. They showcase different articles. They also post constantly online, so they have a huge presence online. Most of the people who work there are people who have like their chef editor. She's a woman. She's a woman. Her name is I mean, real quick right here. Her name is Stacy Henley. She's a journalist for different type of topics such as entertainment and other stuff, but gaming as well. And she's chief editor at The Gamer. She has won the Game Her award. So the Game Her is like a woman community into the gaming community for different people such as journalists, gamers, people in the industry, developers, etc. And she won an award as a journalist. Um, I've read a lot of
Nice.
her articles. I guess for the previous question,
That's
she would have been the person.
secret answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it would have been her, one of the people that I look up to, or that
Nice.
that inspired me in my writing into the gaming.
Are
Company
these
I'd like to work with,
Canadian-based outlets?
I'm not quite
You said
sure.
you said the Gamer and
Yeah,
Valnet.
yeah.
Okay. I feel like I've heard of the gamer, but I haven't heard of Valnet.
Val sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Valnet is a company who operate office in Montreal, Miami, New York, Virginia, and Halifax.
Oh,
They
wow.
work with different journalists globally.
Nice.
So yeah,
And those are
Okay.
two. That'd be awesome. To partner up with some major outlets like that would be, I'm sure,
yeah.
a nice dream.
Actually, like this is just a little, how can I say that, secret upcoming, but I'm actually working on something with them. So hopefully it'll
Congrats.
work. Hopefully it'll work.
Congrats.
Yes, that's
Congrats. Well, hard work is
amazing.
starting to pay off for you, looks like.
Yes, really, really. But I guess everything comes at the right time, but it's never your timing. It's just the most high timing. Whenever the person above wanted to happen, it happened. But you never really know when it'll happen. I guess it's just a feeling, and whenever you stay consistent on what you really want, you keep doing the work and you stay disciplined. For sure, you'll have some result, and you'll be able to eat fruits from the trees that you try to grow.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, where are we here? So moving along through here, do you have a particular genre that you like to review? Are there a particular genre that you kind of always got to get to the newest game in that genre before anything else?
Yes, most definitely Fortnite and Call of Duty. But what's funny is that both of these games, I've always followed a bit of, I've always read about it, but never really played. I started to play Fortnite like November 2024, but I've always watched people play. I've read about the things that was happening on Fortnite, about the skins and stuff like that. The fact that some skins are really worth a lot and people sell their account for like a huge sum of money because they have elite skins and stuff like that. So I've always like dived into like why people love these games so much, and now that I'm playing them in order to review them, I'm just really stoked and really hyped on whatever that's coming up in those games. For example, in Black Ops 6, there's this TNT mode that is coming up. So basically, Ninja Turtle character with different, some grenades are going to be changed by nods from TNT. So that's really nice. And me and my best friend completed the last TNT Shred Revenge game story mode together in like 2 hours. The fact
Nice.
that TNT is coming up into BO6, that's really a blast for me. And also, even after finishing the TNT game, I've liked the soundtrack so bad that I went online and bought the vinyls of the soundtrack. So
Nice.
yeah, I even like, because I'm a huge collector. I collect vinyl as well. So now I started to collect vinyls from the soundtrack of some movies and also games that I really like, such as TNT.
So can we expect any gaming soundtrack reviews to start popping up
Yes,
on the? Okay.
most definitely. In collaboration with my music media. So it's like I'll be combining my music media with my gaming media together sometimes when both subject can go together, such as music, soundtrack, and gaming.
It's
That's what's up.
amazing,
A young vinyl collector. That's rare.
right?
Yeah,
My brother would be
really.
proud.
I guess it's because actually I've received my first vinyls when I've worked at Sony. And then after that, when I've worked with the Canadian music production right agency, I was able to dig into their vinyl collection and just select the ones that I wanted. And I was able to bring about 50 to 60 vinyls home. Yeah, that
So
was a lot.
instant vinyl collection.
Exactly. And after that, I bought a couple vinyls. The only vinyls that I bought are the TNT that I recently bought. And I have vinyls from an artist from Montreal that I know, where we have a professional connection. So we know each other professionally. His name is Mike Schaub. He's a great artist who's actually known globally. He has made songs with a producer whose name is Nicholas Craven. Nicholas Craven has met with Jay-Z in the United States. Some of his production has been played in the White House when Barack was
Barack.
still
Barack.
president. Yeah, so it's just nice to see artists from my city going to the big places such as the United States and make a name for themselves, such as other artists like Kate Tranada, who's
Yeah.
also from Montreal. So I guess
Yeah, Kate Trinata's big here in California.
Yeah, he's really big in California. He went to the Grammys Award and stuff like that.
They play on the
He has a
NPR all the time.
Yeah. So I guess people like this really push me to go harder and really try to make my opportunities with these big companies and trying to show these kids from my city that it's possible to be something else than just like a nurse or
These
I don't know, a
kids,
construction worker.
you're
I mean,
24?
yes, but because
The
here in
younger
Montreal,
kids, yes.
yeah, the younger kids, I'll say like maybe from 16 to like 18, 20, I guess, because here in Montreal, there's a lot of like missing kids, kids that are diving a lot into criminality because they don't have any role models and their only role models are like, sorry to say it, but like artists like, rest in peace, but like Juice WRLD who were like always promoting drugs, even though, I
Mhm.
mean, they were battling with their addiction, but at the end of the day, they were still promoting it. So a lot of young kids now will tell you, like, yeah, I'm doing like this type, I'm consuming that because I'm listening to that, which doesn't make much sense to me. And sometimes I volunteer to a couple of organizations, such as like some I don't know how to put it in English, but it's like in certain neighborhood there's like a house where kids can go and there's like some mentors and people who are there to like make activities. Like I used to be a skateboard instructor in different youth houses, if I can put it like that. So yeah, I'm always trying to be an example for the younger people because as a kid I didn't really have much example or people to tell me that I can do something better, like having a job in gaming industry. Like when I tell people that, they don't really believe me until they see that I actually like post stuff about it. Like for example, today I'm making an interview and I'm doing playtests next month and stuff like that. I feel like people, I guess it's just the knowledge that they don't have of the fact that literally, if you have an idea, if you and you want it and you want to do it, you can literally do it. Google it and you'll find some information on how to do it for
Yeah.
sure. But most people don't really think like that. And sorry to say it, but some people are really like in some boxes and it's hard for them to get out of these boxes because so much people will try to tell you that you only fit in one box, but you can be like, it's a free world, literally. And it's not only like in the video games, like it's real life. Real life is a free world. So you can literally kind of do what you want to do until it doesn't affect the other person's like respect limit, if I can say it right.
Definitely.
Absolutely. So, kind of going into that, what advice would you give someone who's inspired by you to start their gaming and fitness journey?
I'd say don't get impressed by what you see online because internet is internet and we can pretty much, not especially nowadays, we can especially fake everything. And me, I try to be more authentic than aesthetic because like I mean, yes, it's always cute to have a nice fitted aesthetic picture and all of that or video, but sometimes I just like to not really edit my pictures or my videos and just put raw content because at the end of the day, when you receive an Amazon package, you don't really go choo 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 choo. I mean, you're just really stoked and you open it,
Rip it open.
Yep.
Exactly. That's that's the type of content that I'm trying to put out. And also be yourself all the time. Believe in yourself. Other people don't believe in yourself. Talk to the little voice in your heart and really focus on yourself. And if people don't believe in you, just tell yourself that other people will genuinely connect with what you do because we're all human and we're all like interconnected, if I can put it out like that, because I'm super spiritual as a person. Yeah, be authentic, believe in yourself, don't react to negativity. Try to just like breathe it in, breathe it out, and let it go. I'm saying all of that really like it's easy, but it's really not. And I mean, sometimes I have a lot of hard days. Sometimes I have good days, but it's always a roller coaster. It's a up and down. And one day you'll just be able to stay stable and stay up. But as the journey goes, it's a battle, and sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not fun, but it's always you always have to keep your head up and remind yourself of all the time that you won and not focus on the time that you've lost.
Nice. Very nice. A quick question. You mentioned earlier, what other language do you speak? You were saying it's hard to say something in English. I was more curious, what other languages are you
I
speak?
speak French.
Nice.
I'm French native. I speak French. That was my first language. I've learned English with my neighbors. They were Jamaican.
Yeah.
That's how I started to speak English at first, and then my dad started to notice that I understand English. So we started to listen to a lot of animates in English. But the first animate that I've listened to was Albator 84. So I was watching with the subtitle and all of that. I didn't even knew how to read, but after that, when I started school, it's like I had the English dictionary in my head. And funny to say that, but I'm better in English than French. Academically, like in school, I had better notes in English than French. But
Oh, man.
yeah, I mainly speak French. But the fact that I work a lot with English speaking companies and people in Toronto, that's why I always speak French. But sometimes there's some words that I have to still search in the back of my head.
And so in Montreal, French is spoken more than English, typically,
No,
or just kind of in the business world.
it's, I guess in the business world, yes, but it's really a bilingual city. I mean, in a phrase, we can put like words in French, English, Arab, which is like Muslim, Asian Creole, and even like some African words. I mean, it's really a multicultural city, and
Awesome.
I don't know. We just came up with all of these lingos and slang that, like, when people in Montreal have a conversation, it's really funny. And sometimes for travelers, it's hard to understand because first we talk a bit fast and we mix a lot of slang from different language
Yeah.
and different part of the world. For example, I'm not from New York, but I'm gonna say it's break outside. Like when I'm with my friend, and then after that, I'm gonna say like some French word.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess we just really appreciate a lot of culture,
Yeah.
and we just adopted it as well. Recently, I've came with the not the idea, but the fact that I've always looked up to the Americans, but Canadians are American as well. We're just from the north.
Don't look up to us.
Yeah.
Listen, I seriously, guys, I'm older
Yeah,
than you.
as the years went by, I've understand that I don't really want
Yeah.
to go live or even work in the United States. I totally prefer to stay here. But
You
I
want to
love you
work
guys. I
with
want to go.
companies while you're still in
Yeah,
Canada. You don't
exactly.
have, unless they fly you out here, it's
Yeah, I
turned
know.
into a shit
It's
show.
not. Yeah, I've heard a lot of stories from even artists or
Yeah.
gamers that went to the United States for the American dream. And yeah,
No, I mean, you're right. I love that Montreal's it sounds like a European city, and I love that, they have bilingual, multilingual. The slang is interlacing with other slang from other cultures. I'm sure you guys probably have a wild food scene there,
wow, really.
and
I was gonna
that's what
ask.
drives culture. Go ahead, yeah,
You're like, how's the food?
The food is really amazing. I mean, there's the Quartier Chinois, which is the Chinese neighborhood, if I can say it like that.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
it's like the gate is low key. It low key looks like a animate village when you go in. For example, like the Lit Village, if I can say it like that. It's like
We call
red.
it Chinatown here.
Yeah, Chinatown, exactly. Yeah, that's the word that I was looking for. So yeah, when you go in, it's literally like you're in China, and there's all these little spot when you can buy like goodies. There's some food, but really over there, especially like in the summertime, they just grill like some squid and stuff like that.
Nice.
There's also like the Italian neighborhood. There's the Jewish neighborhood as well.
Mhm.
There's the Asian neighborhood. There's the Jamaican neighborhood in the West where they got amazing jerk chicken. Yeah, and I guess you can find good food everywhere in Montreal because there's all the good spots are hidden. But
Mhm.
even on the biggest, most popular spots such as Saint Laurent Street or Saint Catherine, there's good food as well. But the best ones are always the little hidden spot. For example, there's a $5 gnocchi, the pasta gnocchi.
Yeah.
It's an Italian dish. There's $5 gnocchi, and I think it's like a bowl like this they fill it, a lot of parmesan on it, and $5. I think $5 is like what, $4 to $3 American dollar. So yeah, and they never change their price even with the inflation and all of that. Yeah, for food, definitely a place to travel, and even for like entertainment, music, even gaming. There's a LAN ETS here in Montreal that I'm actually going to cover in a couple months as well. So yeah, definitely a place to visit. And also for the people who are cannabis friendly, it's a great place to come. There's a lot of like if you go to the native reserve, it's called like Oka and Kanawaki. There's spots there. It's only the native that's allowed to grow and sell there because it's
Nice.
their land. It's the land that were given to them by the government and all the political things. But it's literally like you're walking in Amsterdam. There's a whole bunch of shops. You can go there. You can take some dabs. You can buy.
That's
Only thing
awesome.
there's no picture allowed, but sometimes they even have events. Last year, NLE Chopper went to Montreal and he went to Oka to make a show and we were allowed to smoke weed. It was really amazing.
Oh wow.
And yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm in California, so we're very pro that here in California. That's what I'll say.
Yes.
Well, let's move on. Let's get into some gaming questions and get into what we're all about here at Retro Pioneers is more and more gaming. We kind of touched on it at different spots, but I know you said you're a big shooter fan. Now, this is a question I always like to ask people. Is it free? What is your preference? Is it first person shooters, third person shooters, or do you
Um,
not care?
I guess I prefer first person shooter, but the FPS are really fast sometimes. Like what happens in the game goes so fast, and like sometimes you can't like. I feel like I can't really blink too much because or else I'll miss some stuff. So it's like I'm really focused on the game. But I really like first person shooter. I don't really care. It depends. I just when I'm tired of like playing first person shooter, I'll play like third person. But I guess I just like shooting games in general. But mostly because as a kid I wasn't allowed to play shooting games.
Say it one more time. I think we might have lost you for a quick second.
Yeah. I said, I guess I prefer both, but I mainly just like shooting games because as a kid I wasn't allowed to play them. So now I just really enjoy playing them.
And yes, I love it.
It's always good. What's your favorite shooter game?
I'd say Halo. I like
Nice.
Halo a lot. I haven't played the story mode or the campaign a lot, but I just like the graphics, the whole story about like Master Chief, especially a little connection with Cortana.
Cortana. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that's I really like the storylines around the games more, and that's what is going to make me want to play them. So most of the time when I don't know what to play, I just go in Halo into the shooting range and just like play. And sometimes I even go on YouTube and watch like edits of like the game and the storyline.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's a game that I really enjoyed playing, and that I've enjoyed the way that it was introduced to me.
Nice, nice. I'm a big Halo fan myself. Halo was one of the things that got me into the whole Oh, there, Master Chief. Yes.
Yeah,
So are you playing
it's
Infinite?
I have it on my Xbox. I
Okay.
started to play a couple times, a couple uh, weeks ago,
Mhm.
but I don't know a lot about it. I'm pretty new to it.
I mean, we'll keep playing. It's pretty fun. It's super, super fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of people play this game as a kid, but I never really played. So now I'm trying to dive more into it because I've always liked watching people.
Nice. Very nice. So Halo's the favorite shooter. Now you're a big Fortnite gamer. Now, do you think I've always thought this, I like Fortnite as well. Do you think Fortnite needs to add any more PvE modes? Or it's a little less
Mm,
competitive where you're just maybe playing with your buddy as opposed to always.
I'd say yeah, more PvE because I mean, I do like play only with my buddies because I don't know, I just feel more comfortable.
Mhm.
But at the same time, they should have more of the PvE because there's a lot of people who don't have like a constant team to play with or constant duo or like trio to play with. So that will really, I guess, help and also help the community I mean, the community is already big. Don't get it. I won't say something wrong about that, but I guess it'll encourage more people to not be scared to play because they don't have nobody to play. And
That's definitely
Thoughts?
understandable. Do you have a favorite video game character?
favorite video game character, I'd say, I mean, as a kid, it used to be Kirby. I
Kirby.
really love Kirby and the fact that like he eats a lot. I love food. So and the fact that also like I'm a Gemini and well people who believe in astrology always say that we mirror other people's energy and stuff like that. And that's literally what Kirby does because he will literally eat you and become you and like give you the same attack that you're giving him. So and I'm huge on that on giving people the same energy that they're giving me because or simply just me personally I block negative energy. Like if you're telling me to go F myself, I'm gonna tell you to have a lovely day and to love yourself because maybe that's what you need. Yeah, so I'd say I love Kirby a lot. Uh, Lucas in Super Smash. Oh yeah,
Okay.
these two characters I love them.
Nice.
Okay.
Good choices. How
Yes,
about
Thanks.
you, Miss
yes.
NaeT? Who's your favorite video game character? Or
Oh
characters?
gosh. I fear I don't think I have an answer for that question. I would really have to sit and think. Yeah, I can't. You put me on the spot. I wasn't ready for that. Wasn't ready for that one.
Wasn't ready. That's
I
all right. Think
was
about it.
not. I wasn't. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that one because I don't know. I have no idea.
My favorite video game character. Gosh, that's a tough one. It is a tough question. My favorite video game character, I would say, for me, is Commander Shepard from the Mass Effect trilogy, which is really you get to create them, but Commander Shepard still has kind of like a baseline personality that you get to build on top of, really. So for me, that's just a really well done character because they're stoic. You really had a chance to mold that character to becoming something there. So I mean, if other than an RPG character, I'm gonna have to go with like
I love Sonic as well.
Sonic
Sonic
and
has a
Ratchet too from Ratchet and Clank. I just got into
yeah.
that series a couple years ago. And I'm like, this is a cool
Like I
character.
think Sonic is literally a member of my family at this point. He's always invited to the cookout.
Yes.
My cousin's birthday was in January, and I've hosted him Sonic theme party. I went to the Party Experts store, bought a whole bunch of Sonic, the Happy Birthday with Sonic, the little Sonic bags.
Oh man.
My uncle even found uh it's like a Sonic Mania collectible with Sonic on it, and when you start it, it says Sega, and then after that, inside there's a physical ring. So like it's not in gold, but like it's the color gold and it's physical. So like my little cousin literally cried when he saw the real ring, and he was like, "Oh my god, I have a ring!" So
That's
that
so
was really
cute.
nice. Yeah, Sonic. My favorite game is like Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Battle.
Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Battle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. What's up?
Awesome. I guess if I did have to come up with an answer, it would be if you guys are familiar with Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
My favorite resident there, his name is Poppy. He's a horse.
All right. Poppy.
And Scorpion from Mortal
Scorpion.
Kombat. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, so you give us the happy side and the dark side. I like it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
He's like,
contrast.
Scorpion, don't come at me.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what's up. Melly, what about you? You get into fighting games at all? Mortal
I
Kombat, Street
mean,
Fighter?
yeah, I used to play Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat on the PlayStation 2 when it was out. I had it as when my dad had it.
Mhm.
So I used to play that as well. So yeah, I do like fighting games too. Pretty more I guess the old school one. I don't
Yeah.
know a lot. I haven't dived into the new ones,
Sure.
but I should definitely check that because I like to test a whole bunch of games and just try to see what I like and what I don't like.
Mhm.
And also just try to how can I say that? Test different games in order to test different skills and because there's at first I didn't knew how to really aim because that's why like on my bio it says I'm just a girl with no aim because I don't really have an aim and I have bad like for example like when you play on your controller like, and you play like this with the joystick, like this is so hard for me to like just maintain the stability. And I guess because I don't have a lot of hands motricity. But my little cousin, he's 12 and he doesn't have no problem with that. So I guess by playing different type of game, I developed different hand skills as well.
Well, have you gotten into the different, are you messing around with the, in the settings, like inverted, not inverted, and the dead zones of the controller for
Yes.
you? Because I know for
Yeah,
me,
I'm learning about that.
yeah, for in particular with this last Halo Infinite, I had to do a lot of controller adjusting just for the way they did this particular game. I always play inverted, which I always saw a story back in the day when I played GoldenEye. I used to suck because my buddies, I didn't even know it was something you could do was invert the controller. This is way back when. And I was always trying to look up when I would look down. And so I couldn't.
Yeah.
Then when I inverted it, I finally was like, oh, this is way easier. But
Yeah,
this last
really.
Halo, I had to change like the dead zones and the speed of the rotation. So then to get it just right, I had to do a lot of testing on that one. So some of them now are getting kind of complicated.
But I feel it's really important to navigate into the controller settings and really learn how to use your controller, but really make it yourself. Because, like, for example, when my little cousin come to my house, always, like, I literally bought him a controller for when he comes to my place because one time he came to my place, used my controller, he switched all the setup, and I wasn't even able to play my game anymore. So I called him and I was like, what have you done? He was like, oh, I needed to play with like my bottom, with the bottoms that I use. And I was like, okay, but why can't you reset the controller after that? And he was like, I don't know how to do that. And he was like 6. He was like 6 at the time. And I was like, okay. So I had to go on Google, Reddit in order to learn how to fix this. And the next day I went to Walmart and I was like, this ain't happening again. You're getting your own controller. So yeah, but it's important because at the end of the day, after that, I guess it makes you a better player because you really seek to learn all the areas of the game, such as the setting of the.
I agree.
So I seen that you have an Xbox controller. Is that your console of preference, or do you like both? Or
Like I'm a big collector. So for example, now here I have a Switch. I have my Xbox. I had the PS5, but I gave it to my dad so we could play BO6 together. But I'm planning on getting another PS5 if they ever release like a new version of it. But I mainly prefer the Xbox because it's Microsoft and I feel like Microsoft just has a bigger variety of games and I don't know, I just feel like it's cooler and it looked better as well. And
Nothing wrong with
I don't know,
that.
I just prefer Microsoft. Even though I've read recently that Microsoft is planning on selling a huge part of their game to Sony because they're not making as much money because the PS5 is too bubble.
Yeah, Microsoft is kind of unofficially and officially going third party,
Yeah,
but they're still putting out another console next generation. So what they're banking on Game Pass still
yeah,
being the big thing for them. So they're still going to release their games day in and day out on Game Pass, and then they're going to come to PlayStation later, most
yeah,
likely.
exactly. Well, that's why I like the Xbox more. It's really also because of the Game Pass. Like, for example, a lot of my friends don't play BO6 because they have a PS5 and they don't have the game. But me, I can play it because I have the Game Pass. And also, the Game Pass came with 3 months free. Well, my PC came with 3 months free of my Game Pass. So, and I feel like it's when I think about all the games that I play and that I could have bought and that I'm able to play them on the Game Pass, I feel like it's way more affordable for me than like, buying all those games that kind of cost like $100 each nowadays. So yeah,
The Game Pass has proven to be a really good value. I was really hesitant. I was just like a Xbox Gold member for the longest time, and then they pretty much forced me to get off of it. I was like, well, if I'm gonna get off, I might as well just do the darn ultimate. And I've been very impressed. Like, okay, well, this is actually giving me good value.
yeah.
I can't complain right now.
absolutely.
So I think Miss NaeT, did you have a couple questions on motivation and mindset? Because we're getting close to the time.
I did. Yeah. So I seen in your, I kind of went through your threads a little bit and I noticed that you post, about your faith and things like that. So I just kind of wanted to know, like, what part does that play in like your content creation, your gaming? Like, how does that?
I'd say that my faith and my spirituality has the biggest part in everything that I do, because I guess that without it I wouldn't be where I'm at all. I'm someone who believe a lot on manifestation, and I've manifested everything that I ever wanted, and everything that I do, from the PC that I have, the condo that I currently live in, to my job at Sony, and even like my first job that I ever had. It wasn't my first job, but really like the first job that I truly wanted to work in, because I loved the company. It was working at Urban Outfitters, and I wanted to work
Urban.
at Urban Outfitters since I was 16, but I was too young, so I waited until I was 18. And that day was a lot of. Oh, I think I'm reconnecting. But yeah, as I was saying, the day I went for the interview at Urban Outfitter, it was a lot of trial and tribulation. I mean, I lost my wallet, lost my bank card, but I still made it through the interview. Eventually, I got the job. Fun fact, I'm heavy on numerology as well. At the time, I really was connected with the number 46, which is like even well, it was the number of the bus stop next to my house, which I used to take every day. Um, the last number of the address of the Urban Outfitters was 46. When I went to the bank in front of the Urban Outfitters to make my bank card, the last digits were 46 as well. So I was like, okay, I'm definitely getting this job. And I had the job, and
Fine.
from there, I even have the little notebooks that I had for the past 4 years, where I wrote all my little manifestation, the thing that I want. For example, Asus has a collaboration with Babe for a laptop, so it's like a Babe and Asus collection, and the laptop is like K something 3K. And at the time, I didn't want to spend that much of money on that, especially it's not even a gaming laptop. It's just
Yeah.
like it's just for the design.
Wow.
But I have like some notes in my manifestation book, because I really wanted it, but I kind of wanted a collaboration with them, and them sending it to me. But that didn't happen. Now, yesterday I was thinking about that. I was like, I don't have the Babe Asus, but I have a great Asus gaming laptop now that I've bought because of, first of all, for gaming, but also because I'm a journalist and I'm always on the go. So if when anywhere that I'll be, I'm able to work, right, and also game, which is perfect for me and my lifestyle. Yes, faith and spirituality has a huge part in my life, especially because I wasn't even like born in a spiritual, well, I mean, spirituality, yes, but not really religious household. Like going to church in my family is not really a must, but I'd say, yeah, to me, putting the man above always first in whatever you do is really important.
Absolutely. So how do you stay motivated when times are tough when it comes to your content creation or just life in general?
Sorry, I think you got cut here.
No worries. I just said, how do you stay motivated when times get tough, like in your content creation or just life in general?
How do I stay positive when times get hard? To be honest, it's really hard because sometimes I really feel like I just want to live everything, not even close my social media, but just like close everything and just go into a forest and like with my dog and live my life. But at the same time, I've worked so hard to be where I'm at. And it's like in the Avatar cartoon. Zuko's uncle tell him that like when you really feel like you're hitting rock bottom, and sometimes it's not even rock bottom, but for you, that's what it feels like. That's when you really need to refocus on what truly was your inspiration and what made you start at the first place. Because sometimes we lose track of why we're doing what we're doing. Sometimes sometimes people start doing something to help their family and stuff like that, and end up being super greedy about money, because money changed them and stuff like that. For me, I always try to stay grounded. My family is everything to me. A lot of time when I feel like I'm not motivated to do stuff, I think about like I don't have any brothers and sisters, but I have younger cousins. I'm the biggest of my cousins and on my mom's side. So like I'm literally like their role models. So I feel like if I fail, it's like, I mean, they're still going to have other inspiration, but it's like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm their role model and I can't really give up. It's like, if I give up, it's like I'm telling them that they can give up on their dreams too. So, yeah, I guess my little cousins and my family is really like the people that I think about when I want to leave everything to the side. And then after that, I just give myself to my Bible, start to pray, put my knees on the floor, and really I get put my heart out on whatever that is giving me troublesome or giving me anxiety or that is overwhelming. And I try to just let it go. It's really easy to say, hard to do, but it's a work that everyone has to work on in order to feel happy because other than that, you just accumulate a lot of stuff and one day it explodes and it's not really good to see and good to feel. So doing the work on yourself is really important. Hard to do sometimes, but it's important.
Well
Absolutely.
said. Well said. Yeah. Have to have that family as a bedrock, that support system will get you through a lot of tough times.
Or the
Yes.
Definitely.
family that you choose because
Yes.
sometimes you wasn't born in like me, I have the chance to say that I'm able to call my mom and dad whenever I have a problem, but some people can't, but they have other people close to them that they're able to contact. And I guess yeah, sometimes people say blood is thicker than water, but it really depends of your journey and your background. So
Yeah.
sometimes water is thicker than blood and sometimes it's the opposite. But just if you have people around you that you can count on, don't ever be scared to contact them. Me, I'm someone it's always hard for me to ask for help. I hate asking for help and I'm learning on accepting help from others as I'm growing. So yeah.
Yeah. Wise words from Melly. Very, very wise words. Guys, it has been an awesome, awesome show. Melly, you've been a amazing guest. NaeT, you've been an awesome, awesome co-host.
Thank
Ladies,
you.
why don't you let's start with Miss NaeT. Do you have anything you wanna promote your channel for us? Remind everybody where they can see your sim streams, your up and coming videos. Where can they catch you?
Yeah, just YouTube, NaeT Game. I think it's NaeT_gaming. I'll never remember. I'm so bad at remembering my handles. I really am. But I'm sure if you just search NaeT Gaming on YouTube, I'll pop up eventually.
Yeah, definitely. She's on Threads, so don't forget about that. She's a friend of the
Yes,
show,
yes.
and we'll be having her back for more co-hosting. Miss
Yay.
Melly, where can people
Yes.
find you?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Where can people find you? Where can they catch your upcoming reviews? Any review you want to highlight coming out soon? Any soundtrack reviews? What have you got coming for us?
I'd say I'm working on the TNT soundtrack review. So
Okay.
stay updated for that. It'll be posted on my gaming account, which is Melly1. And then you guys can follow me on Twitch, Melly without the one, so only Melleuyy. And
Awesome.
I also have a YouTube account. And I guess the best thing is just to follow me on Instagram and hit the link in my bio where you'll find all the links. So
Awesome. Wonderful. Guys, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in for episode 16 of the Retro Pioneers podcast. We will be back again for episode 17. So tune in, same place, same time. Thanks for coming in, guys.
thanks everyone. It was a pleasure for me to be there and to meet you all.